Ridiculously expensive things bought by billionaires. The Sultan of Brunei's car collection. It's definitely good to be a sultan. Need proof? Just take a sneak peek at the collection of cars owned by the famous Sultan of Brunei, who rules a country that is smaller than the state of Delaware. His legendary fleet contains anywhere between 5,000 and 7,000 of the world's rarest, finest, best-performing and easily most expensive cars, which top speed has valued at a combined $5 billion, at the very least. Among the finest gems happen to be 21 Lamborghinis, 452 Ferraris and 604 Rolls-Royces, including the impressive Star of India, a $14 million Rolls convertible that has the distinction of being the most expensive car in the world. Prince Al-Walid bin Talal's Flying Palace. Membership in the Saudi royal family's extremely close inner circle definitely has its perks. For example, Prince Al-Walid bin Talal already owned an impressive $220 million Boeing 747-400, but in his world, that is small potatoes. In 2007, he paid almost $319 million for an A380 double-decker Super Jumbo jet, which is the world's largest passenger aircraft. He even ordered upgrades, which included space for his horses as well as 2 Rolls-Royce cars, that sent the sticker price soaring way past $500 million. However, before it was even ready, he sold his newest toy to an undisclosed buyer. Bill Gates' Scientific Scribbles by Leonardo da Vinci. Bill Gates and Leonardo da Vinci have quite a lot in common. They're both math geniuses who changed history. It's simply fitting, then, that the Microsoft founder would definitely be interested in the musings of the famous original Renaissance man. In 1994, Gates had spent around $30.8 million to own the Codex Leicester, a 72-page manuscript that Da Vinci had compiled in the early 16th century. Complete with the master polymath's writings, diagrams, sketches and ideas for any future inventions. Steve Cohen's 14-foot preserved shark. Plenty of rich people have quite impressive fish tanks, but that's simply child's play compared to laying claim to your very own pickled shark. In 2004, the billionaire hedge fund manager Steve Cohen purchased what just might be the world's most unique piece of contemporary art. It was a 14-foot tiger shark that had been preserved with a combination of alcohol and formaldehyde. Originally purchased for around $93,000 back in 1992 by the art mogul Charles Saatchi, Cohen bought this piece more than a decade later for an undisclosed amount, which a New York magazine reported to be between anywhere $8 million and $12 million. Roman Abramovich's super yacht. It's certainly no secret that yachts are key weapons in the battle for one-upmanship among all the world's elite. But if boats are a competition, the billionaire Russian oligarch Roman Abramovich easily wins, hands down. Among all his expensive toys are a Boeing 767, an ice boat and the legendary Chelsea Football Club. However, the grandest possession of them all is his claim to the world's largest and undoubtedly most expensive yacht, the Eclipse, which cost him a whopping $1.2 billion. Launched back in 2010, the Eclipse boasts an impressive 6,000 square feet of living space across almost 11 staterooms and suites. If you happen to miss her when she leaves port, don't worry, you can simply park your chopper on the 3-helicopter landing pad. Larry Ellison's Hawaiian Island. For the richest of the rich, the grandest mansion just won't do. For the Oracle founder Larry Ellison, home happens to be the Hawaiian island of Lanai, which he picked up back in 2012 for a cool $300 million. His tropical paradise includes an impressive 90,000 acres, 2 Four Seasons resorts as well as a town with a population of about 3,200. Considering a stay in one of these resorts? You'll definitely vacation in luxury, but it will cost you a whopping $21,000 a night. Ken Griffin's pair of paintings. Ken Griffin, the hedge fund billionaire, is a well-known art aficionado. Still, the jewel of his collection happens to be a pair of abstract impressionist paintings he purchased at the same time at auction. One was by Willem de Kooning and the other by Jackson Pollock. In total, he dropped almost $500 million on the purchase, which the Chicago Tribune labeled one of the largest private art deals ever. Carlos Slim's Museum in Mexico. There happen to be two types of art collectors: those who own various art collections and those who actually own their own museums. With a net worth of approximately $71.4 billion, the telecom tycoon Carlos Slim is Mexico's richest man. In 2011 he was also named the richest man in the world. According to NPR, that is the year he had opened the Museo Somaya, which was an $800 million, metallic, 6-story, and windowless art museum. This was meant to showcase his legendary collection. In total, Slim owns around 65,000 pieces or more, including some of Europe and Mexico's most priceless works of art. Clive Palmer's Titanic. Some rich people will settle for luxury yachts. But for this Australian businessman and politician, Clive Palmer, only the most famous ship in history will only do. However, the Titanic has been at the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean since it sunk back in 1912. Not easily swayed, Palmer commissioned the Titanic II, an almost exact replica of the doomed 9-deck White Star Line ship, straight down to the grand staircase that was featured in the famous 1997 movie but updated for modern travel. Also very important to note, Titanic II definitely has enough lifeboats for